If we escape duality, and it's very simple to escape duality, you just stop thinking in dualistic terms. Heaven and hell, God and Satan. Two examples, major examples, of course. We don't have to think that way. We don't have to allow our minds to attach to ideas and dogma and doctrines that emphasize any kind of duality. And it's a simple escape. And it is the beginning of touching the truth. The truth is way beyond anything that we can comprehend dualistically. The truth is simple. The truth is enlightening. The truth is life. And the truth is so surrounded by love that it can't be mistaken. And if you give yourself over to the simplicity of the truth that's already within you, you become the one true temple in the earth. You, in your corporate unity, in your oneness through love with every soul on earth, because there's only actually one soul that's without borders, and that soul without borders is God Himself. There's none of us that's outside of that. But we have illusions that we're outside of it through dual thinking. We have illusions that we've got to go somewhere, we've got to acquire, we've got to step up the pace, we've got to conclude, we've got to evaluate. Those are illusions that lead nowhere but to constant frustrations. Constant frustrations because we never actually arrive anywhere. And when truth is always out there, you never touch it. You are never baptized in it. It's always out there. And that is a real problem because most of us have lived and been taught or been raised in such an environment that we can't seem to escape the idea of duality. It's difficult to escape it. But the beauty of one is there's nothing outside of truth. There's nothing outside of truth, and there's not a soul on earth that's not born with truth as the center of their spiritual soul. None. A lot of the illusion has to do with wanting to be right. And growing up in the fundamentalist environment, much of the time you're searching for a church who agrees with your conclusions as to what is true. Your biblical path, you might say. And it kept us always out of reach. It kept us always in a state of mind where God was either in the sky or there was a Christ that's coming back someday to rapture the saints away physically. It's almost like flying past the moon into the clouds. It's amazing that those kinds of ideas took such a root within us. It's amazing that we were so long captured by such things. When Jesus talked about his union with God, and when he was talking, and in one of his prayers, he said, "Father, I pray that these may be one, even as you are, or I are one." In other words, I pray that these may arrive at the consciousness of this truth. And it's more than just seeing it. It's more than just beholding it. It's evaluating it. It is coming to an awareness of it, to the place that you live by it, and that your life, the life that you live, is pure faith. It's not that you've arrived at faith or that you've arrived at truth. You can't arrive at anything. But you can strike down all the illusions that seems to surround us, and all the illusions that we were raised, under which we were raised. These clouds can blow away, and we can see the bright sun, the bright light. And that light is both the heat of the warmth of our existence, and it is a way that we see. Because seeing is not something that you arrive at. You can't see by arriving at some conclusion, by especially some kind of scriptural path. You can't arrive anywhere. But you can go in circles. You can go in circles all of your life until one day you discover that that path has gone nowhere. There's no such thing as proper dogma. There's no such thing as a correct theology. It doesn't exist. There's only that living faith that takes hold of truth, that causes that truth to flow in and out of us through the avenues of love, and there's nothing else. And when you connect with that, your life changes. And there is a sense in which something in you dies. There is a death to temporality. There's a death to the illusion of pleasures, the illusion of object desire, the illusion that we've got to make enough money to get by, the illusion that we've got to go here, go there, do this, do that. All these illusions begin to die. We actually suffer a crucifixion, in a sense. And we also experience a resurrection, in a real sense, because we're resurrected into the beauty of knowing, the beauty of realization, the beauty of awakening. And it is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful thing. Thank you.